Hello, 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 and welcome. I am so excited to do this speaker interview today. We have DevReach, as you may have seen in the promo video that just happened, coming up this fall, and one of our amazing speakers is Anuradha Kumari. Did I say that right? Was I close? I was practicing. I was like, don't mess it up.
Hi.
It's such a
Hi,
beautiful
everyone.
name.
Anuradha.
Anuradha. Awesome. Oh my goodness. It's such a pretty name. So, welcome. We are so excited to have you on the DevReach stage back in Bulgaria. We usually are in Bulgaria. Last year we were in Boston though. So, I'm excited to be back in Europe. So, can you please tell us a little bit about how you got started into tech and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really excited, first of all, to join DevReach. This will be my first time and also first time, yeah, in Bulgaria. So, yeah, I'm pretty
Yay.
excited. Thanks for the invite and also for this today. It's so nice to chat to you. Yeah, I am a senior front-end developer. I have like 9.5 plus years of experience now in industry. Yeah, how I started, it's a pretty conventional one. Okay. So although when I was growing up, I really hated computers. I was not into computers at all. Like, see how your destiny turns out to be. I was like, nah. I resisted computers till 12th standard, like, which is higher school. I mean, there's something different in India and in outside world. So yeah,
Mm.
but standard 12th. And then in college, I was like, okay, I'm going for engineering. So, and then I realized that so Indian tech space, it was mostly like, even if I take any other branch, I would end up mostly working in the IT industry. So why not take computer science, because that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just took it like that. It was okay, I liked it, but the best interest came in when in my like fourth year I got to know about HTML. I mean, I think it was like, something you see and you realize that, okay,
Mm.
maybe this is something I really want to do. So I saw HTML and I was like, oh, that looks so cool, because you get immediate feedback and you can do like literally anything on the web. Wow. So yeah, just
No,
conventional.
I
Yeah.
was I was right there with you. HTML and CSS are definitely a gateway drug into development.
I did all the websites with, the scrolls. What do they call? Like,
Oh, the scrolling banner that is now
yeah,
apparently
it goes left, right. Like, I did so many cute websites with that, creating cards for friends and everything. Blink and everything. Oh
with
my
the blink.
gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like hashtag bring back blink. Oh, we're gonna be canceled real quick. So tell me, what do you enjoy most about being a developer?
Yeah. So like I always wanted to work somewhere where I can make a difference. I mean,
Mm.
to be honest, every job is like that. Everyone makes a difference in one way or other. But for me, I found that in web development, it feels like you are making something and you are responsible for how a user experiences the web, right? Like,
Mm.
that's a front facing website, so I do front end. So if you go buy something, what your experience is like, I have a say in that. I developed that thing. So that really was something which was very attractive for me, and I'm like,
Mm.
okay, this is very fulfilling for me to do. And this is what I do really now also, and I really love it when you ship something and then when users say that, okay, they really like this feature, or you get it from a client that, okay, this was really nice. So it feels like, okay, you did something and it makes a difference. Yay.
No, absolutely. I love that as well. You just feel so proud. You're like, look, I did that. So have seen a lot of outreach that you do for a more accessible web, whether it's blog posts or talks or things that you build. Can you tell me what motivates you in this area?
Yeah, that is a pretty good question, because yeah, I started way back, but I did not knew about accessibility. So I'm a guilty of creating very inaccessible website in the start. But then there is a awareness movement called GAD, Global Accessibility Awareness
Mm.
Day. So I think in 2019, that was a time when I joined Twitter. I was really nowhere on social media before that. So that time I joined Twitter and I got to know about this, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what is accessibility? And then I'm like, okay, I did a call, like there was a session going on, and
Mm.
then I was like, huh, it was a very basic session, talks about accessibility, about different types of disabilities and WCAG, web content accessibility guidelines and stuff like that. And I
Mm,
was shocked. I was like, I have not created, like, I have not developed properly till now. Like, what did I do with my career till now? So yeah, that was it has a very big impact on me because I felt like whatever I created might be inaccessible for the users. So
mm,
I could not do it right. And then I started talking to other people, my colleagues, and I realized that either people don't know, or even if
mm,
they know very basics, and they are like, okay, but nobody cares much, or because business doesn't care. So
mm,
that's how I started, and that was my pushing point, that I wanted to do something about it. I wanted people to know, and I realized that people don't know like how to get started. So that's how I started. And when I did my first meetup, I was like, maybe people will judge me, and they are like, she's talking basics. We all know that, it was so
yeah.
basic. And then everyone came out to me, and they were like, what you said was really important, because we all have heard about this word, but we never knew that what it really meant. So that was a pretty nice overview. We will go and explore more. So it was a good thing. So that keeps me
Mm,
motivated. Even now when I talk about it or something, I will always get messages on LinkedIn or Twitter where people will say that, hey, I really like that, and that really motivated me. I'm
mm,
going to think about it. And in conferences, people come to you after the talk, and they
yeah.
sometimes discuss the issues that they are facing in their project with accessibility, or some things like how to get started and stuff like that. So it's really nice. It's very interesting. I love it. Like, this
No,
is feels
that's
like
awesome.
yeah.
It sounds like the community and their excitement definitely feeds your motivation, so
True.
So, in regards to accessibility on the web, do you have a pet peeve? Something that people
uh,
do that drives you crazy?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's more nuanced than that. Yeah, like,
Mm,
but one thing which I do, I don't know if it's pet peeve or not, but when I go to some new website, or when someone shares a website or a
mm,
new product,
yep.
the first thing is I do is unconsciously I start using keyboard.
Mm,
And if I do not find it accessible, then it like really lowers my, like, you feel demotivated. Like, you feel like, okay, well, it could have been a good product, but they didn't
yeah.
even think about keyword. Like, that's one of the basics you have to take care of. So it just is something which I feel sad about. And then I'm
Mm.
like, okay.
Oh, that's a really good one. I like that pet peeve. What is one thing that listeners can do, whether they're watching us live right now or they're watching this later? Is there something that you can give them to hold on to that they can implement to make a difference on their website today to make it more accessible?
I'm going to say two.
Ooh.
Yeah. So one is just expanding on this, because it's not just one thing. I think even if we test using keyboard, we will get to know that, okay, these functionalities are not working.
Mm,
So we will fix it, right? The main thing is that we don't know. This is what I found with me. And when I talk to people, I find that maybe we don't even have the awareness that these are the ways in which users could be using it, or this is such important ways in which users are using the web, right? So if we just whatever we are creating, just when you are testing it before pushing, right, just go use just your keyboard and see if you are able to do that flow, the
mm,
task which you are doing. Maybe you are building a e-commerce website, maybe you are just doing a payment section, anything. Just go through keyboard and see if you can do all that task. And yeah, so this is the one. But the second one, which is very important, which I really appreciate, that if people do it, is adding proper alt text to images, because images or icons in one way or other, they are quite prevalent on web. Like,
mm,
they're everywhere, specifically on social media, Twitter,
yeah.
Instagram, everything like is just images, right? So when we are having images, and specifically if we are putting information in images, then if we put proper alt text, that would really be beneficial for the users. And I tell you that as a sighted user, I really find sometimes the alt text of images very helpful. And
Mm,
I love this feature of Twitter, where you can see alt of any image,
mm,
because, like, if you just see, you can find that maybe it's just an image. But if you click on alt And if people have explained it, you understand the perspective of that image. Like if you go to NASA's Twitter account, and you will find that when they post the pictures, they put such big description of what that star is and what the things are, which is pretty
Mm,
good.
yeah.
So yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I actually saw right before we went live, one of our other DevReach speakers, Krista Mars, he's all about accessibility as well. And something he did was he had a video that he had posted on Twitter, but I've
Mhm.
never been able to do like the alt tag on the videos, just on pictures. So he just added it like in brackets as part of the tweet, like video alt, and like did that. And I was like, I'd never seen that before. So I feel like even if like whatever you're using doesn't have it built in, you can like add it as a subtitle or have a workaround so that
True,
the screen
exactly.
reader will pick it up somehow. So I thought that was
Yeah,
really crafty.
yeah.
Oh,
I
so
saw his interview with you. It was really amazing.
oh,
I
oh
like,
yeah.
he's amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited to meet him at the
I
conference.
know. I can't wait. We need to have like an accessibility lovers like powwow, right? Of all yes. So as I mentioned earlier, DevReach is this October, and we're so excited to have you speak. Is this your first time in Bulgaria? I think you mentioned it
Yes,
was. Oh my
yes. Oh
goodness.
my God, yeah.
Yay.
I'm so excited because when you go to a new country, it's not just about seeing a new country. It's about like you get to meet the tech talent there. Like the
Mm,
audience will be mostly from that country. You get to
yeah.
know what issues they are facing, how are they implementing accessibility. So it's my learning thing as well. I love to talk to people and learn from them. Like, okay, how are they doing things? How are the laws in that country? What's going on? So yeah, that's
Mm.
cool.
No, this is only my second time. My first time was um and everyone's like, "You've worked at Progress for 6 years." Well, there was a pandemic and a baby that happened. So I wasn't traveling too crazy. So yes, this will only be my second time, and the first time was only for I think like 24 hours. So it was like a real quick thing. So I'm so excited to explore and like actually hang out with everyone. What are you looking forward to the most for your visit to Devreach in Bulgaria this fall?
Yeah, so the most important for me, like the best thing is to meet with other speakers as well as the
Mm,
audience. That is really awesome. And so that is the biggest thing anywhere I go, right? So, and like I see so many good talks. Oh my God,
mm.
I'm gonna sit with pen and paper there and take all the notes.
Yes.
Yeah. And apart from that, I also love like when organizers like, go beyond and they take care of everyone involved and they plan extra things. So I'm really looking for the trip as well. Like
Oh,
that feels
yes.
so good and appreciated.
So what she's referencing is we're doing a speaker trip called Adventure Day or something. I don't remember the official name of it, but the official conference is in Bulgaria, but we are taking speakers to, if they have an extra day to spend with us, to Plovdiv, which is also it's in Bulgaria, but it's like the oldest city in all of Europe. And so it's like got Roman ruins and even older ruins and amazing food and really cool culture. So I'm very excited to tour that with you all and I don't know, just hang out and soak everything up. I think it'll be a really good time. So I'm just very excited. So last question. I want to wrap on a fun note to get you know your personality a little bit more. So if I wave a magic wand and all of a sudden there's 25 hours in the day instead of 24, how would you spend that extra hour each day?
Magic wand.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, so I actually love going to museums a lot and traveling and reading. So I think it will be a combination of them because if I have every day 1 extra hour, some days I'm reading, some days I'm going to museums, someday I am just going out. It's so cool.
Oh, that's a good answer. I feel like we would mesh very well. Like we're going to be good friends. Oh, thank you so, so much for this interview and for bearing with my technical difficulties. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so I work hard on it. But you are just a delight, and I cannot wait to learn from you about accessibility and spend time with you at DevReach. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. Oh,
Thank you so much for having me. It was so nice to chat to you, and yeah, I can't wait to meet you in person. Yay!
yay. And for everyone, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, have a good one, and we'll see you all for the next one. Bye.